So here we are in a 1v1 for Salty Clash between Bug and 7Hands. 7Hands starting off deleting a house. 7Hands in the teal, so I don't like how that is for him. He's off to a bad start purely just because he's got the worst color in the game. But anyway, he's playing as the Franks on the right hand side of the map. And his opponent is Bug, as I said, playing as the Byzantines in the red on the left hand side of the map.
Best civ in the game.
Yep, the best civ according to Slender.
No, it just is the best civ. And I really like this wallable map side for Buggy. If you look, he can just wall
Yeah,
from the trees
that looks
across
so
the
nice.
front half.
And you even have a safe gold. Might have a little trouble finding his sheep, maybe, because they're way out to the left.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's a really nice map for Bug. 7Hands map, nowhere near as nice. It's not the worst map for Arabia by far. I've definitely seen much worse maps.
It is wallable if he just walls the south in front of the gold,
Yeah,
walls across the wood in front of his berries, and then just goes to the cliffs on the right side. You get a pretty decent wall.
yeah, I agree.
But he wouldn't have any, or no, he would have a backstone all the way in the back.
Oh, so he does. I didn't even see that.
But his wood is horrible. I mean, if
Yeah,
he's going with the south side, if he came forward with a tower, he could push him right off of that wood.
yeah, it could be very easy for Bug to deny all of 7Hands wood. I'd say maybe walling and having some aggression and feudal for Bug might be a very good idea. Maybe a forward with lots of trash and a tower could be quite nice for Bug, considering he's Byzantines.
I'd like to see maybe a fast feudal into scouts from Bug, and maybe go into skirms instead, expecting crossbowmen from 7 Hands or archers to start, because he's probably either I'm expecting a Drush fast castle or maybe fast scouts as Franks.
I'd say fast scouts would be the most expected thing from Franks, because scouts is usually what Franks do anyway, and this is the expansion, so they have that extra health right from the get-go. So that makes them even, like, it makes it even better to go for them. Bug with a very early loom, for some reason. Maybe he got housed, I'm not sure.
No, I don't think he's housed. He has up to 25 already. So
Yeah,
I think he just ran out of food
he
because
could
he
have.
found his sheep on the left side, but he's not moving them.
Oh wow, that's... Maybe he doesn't notice they're there. I don't know. Yeah, so Bug now knows that he has a very easily wallable map just looking at his scouting.
Yes, but is he going to wall up and go maybe try and get to Castle Age, or is he going to go for the feudal aggression?
Yeah, he might not even wall up completely. Never know. What's this villager doing? Oh, it's going for... Oh, that's not a very nice boar at all. Maybe he got loomed just because he knew he was going to be going to get that boar out there.
That is a very bad boy location. And I don't like this by 7 Hands. He's putting a mill on his deer on the north side of his base. He could use his scout if he wanted to take the time, and he could lure in those deer to his mill if he really wanted to,
Yeah,
and
that's a
save the
good
100
point.
wood. But instead of doing that, he's just getting the extra scouting information, which you could say is equally as important,
Yeah,
depending on it. Since he's going for the deer so hard, I'm expecting scouts
yeah.
because of his civ, and now he's going to get all that extra food.
Oh, Bug's boar running all the way back. The Vil should be on enough health to have another go at taking it, though.
Yeah, it should be fun. He just has to watch it a bit better.
Yeah.
And that deer location back there is really bad. Really hard to lure those in.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't even go for them at all. That's kind of dangerous to go and mill them. Although you could mill them and completely wall it in between the cliff and the wood line. That could be funny. Oh, we've got a moonwalking villager. Look at him go, it's Michael
Yeah.
Jackson. Did you guys
We've
know
also
that
got his scout idol.
Bug? Ah, yes, so he does. 7Hands on
And
the way to
yes.
feudal on 23 pop. Bug is 2 pop down. Well, 1 pop now. And he's going up to 23. Not yet clicking up. Not really sure why.
He doesn't have the food to click up. He should, once these
True.
villagers get enough food from the boar, he should be able to click up.
No, he's
He
queuing
just
more
queued up
villagers.
some more villagers, though.
That's odd.
Maybe he's going to go 25.
Maybe he wants to fast castle. He is walling.
Well, he's going to have to wall a lot faster. He is putting up a barrack, so most likely we're going to see maybe a blacksmith stable or blacksmith archery range for his feudal age buildings.
Yeah. He's gonna have to make sure he walls that lake, because
Oh yeah,
it's still open at the top.
and he's housed. He should just DQ those villagers and click up.
Yeah, that's what I would do. And that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah.
But 7Hands is in feudal right as Bug clicks up. And 7Hands doesn't have the wood for his military building. And I'd say that's due to building that mill.
The mill plus the barracks and the palisades all starts to add up.
Yeah,
He's putting a watchtower on his wood as well, watching for a trush.
yeah,
I guess he figured out that his map is very weak to a tower rush.
yeah. But yeah, he's a bit late finding Bug. He still hasn't found him, so he doesn't actually realize that Bug is walling up and fast castling.
And there's the stable from 7Hands.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing scouts, I imagine, but they're not going to be able to
He
do
could.
anything.
He could go scouts, but if you look at his resources, he's pretty close to castle. If he just queues up some villagers and puts down a blacksmith, he could just go straight to castle and go right into knights.
He could. He has now found that Bug is walling, but I don't know if he knows he's fully walled. So we'll have to see.
Yeah. If I was him, I would just go straight to castle. Because, I mean, the Franks just have such a more powerful castle age.
Yeah, he's putting down a blacksmith,
there's the
so I
smith.
think he's trying that.
Yeah, I think it's a better choice. Just because you can go up with knights, and your knights are going to be the best in the game against Byzantines, and Byzantines can't do too much. I mean, camels are good, but camels without bloodlines against knights.
Yeah, cheap pikes though. Bug is short on food to click up, so
See it in a lot of farms.
yeah, it's looking like 7Hands might actually click up to castle faster than the person fast castling.
hmm
There we go.
He's low on wood because he's seeding a lot of farms. He has a lot on berries, and he doesn't have his feudal age buildings up either.
Oh wow, yes, you're right.
So he's just behind overall, and he's about to get housed in one villager if he doesn't pay attention. It's mostly due, I think, to not having those deer and just using the sheep and the boar. And he's
Yeah,
going down
you
for
might be
archery
right.
range.
Archery range, that's a good call, I guess. Yeah. Oh,
And Buggy
7Hands
is housed.
stonewalling.
hmm He's going to go hard castle. He might even go fast imp if he feels cheeky.
I kind of doubt that. What is the stone wall on the mill? What the heck?
7Hands with some idle villagers in his base, just realizing. Misplay by him.
Yeah, one misplay
Hole
by
in his
7Hands.
base.
That's GG.
Another idleville by his mill there. Just noticed now. Still isn't walled up in the back.
No, I think that's okay though. All his eco is forward, so if something wants to attack the front, it has to go through the TC.
Well, I mean, think about it. If he came in with some archers, he could come right against the edge of the map and just kite that tower or the town center, and
Yeah,
he could
true.
hit that gold. Plus, he could just walk right up to that wall and hit that gold.
Yeah,
And the only thing he can do to stop him is put up another tower. But he's not on stone, so he's not actually going to have enough for another TC. So now he's up to castle, but he doesn't have stone for TC. He doesn't have a market to buy it either. He's putting up the market now, and stone walls. Oh, that wall. He literally could just take that right to that cliff
yeah,
and
he
save all that
hasn't.
stone.
He's kind of scouted it. He doesn't realize the cliff goes straight to the edge of the map.
Well, if you look on his perspective, he
Yeah,
sees it
I
goes
am.
right to the corner. Yeah, that's a horrible wall. That's just a lot of wasted stone.
Yeah, and it's even got a piece of palisade. Well, he ran out of stone and had to finish it with palisade. So I've been
I
trying to
don't
wall
like
that
using
stone
up
in
all that.
personally, regardless of that cliff. Another barracks for Bug, so it looks like he's planning to go heavy into trash, I'd say.
Yeah, spearmen getting queued up. Nothing in the archer range quite yet. I'd like to see crossbowmen though as Byzantine because they're pretty decent, and it's probably going to be the only thing that's going to counter Frank knights, other than just going full pikes. But
Yeah,
pikes don't really counter knights in the castle age. They don't. They trade efficiently, but it's just not as practical, especially against Frankish knights because they have so much more health.
Frankish knights only have as much as bloodline knights.
Yes, but they can get extra knights out because they save 150 food and 50 gold. And we see the
That's
first two
two
knights coming
knights.
out for 7 Hands, running across to the middle.
Yep, but I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't think they'll be able to get in. Not without something behind to stop Bug from re-walling. And pikemen coming in for Bug.
Oh, look at this town center placement of 7 Hands outside his base on the northwest.
Uh, oh, it's just like which way's west? I
Yeah,
can't see it
just
yet.
out there,
Both
right in the
ways.
middle.
Oh, wow. I'd be putting it on that wood, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, he could. It's flat there. He could put it up against that wood if he wanted to.
Yeah, that is not a very good town center placement, in my opinion. Now, Bug's second town center placement is a lot better. It's on a resource.
He could have even put it in the back of his base against that wood to sort of block off that edge of the map
Yeah, that's a good
even
point.
more. Oh, he did notice that he could wall to the cliff after he put that extra stone wall down, and now he's getting on stone.
Yeah.
But he's got knights, he's got +1, but all he can see is that he's walled up with palisades mostly. If I was 7 Hands, I'd like to get a siege workshop out, maybe stay on 2 TCs, and just start getting some mangonels out, because he knows that Byzantine knights and camels just aren't going to cut it without bloodlines. So he knows he's probably going to go into trash. Pikemen aren't the best against knights, and mangonels are great against crossbowmen, and they can be if they can actually hit the
Well,
knights.
also, if you got a group of you got a group of pikemen fighting in some knights, and you mangonel your own knights, like, it's gonna do a lot more damage to the pikemen.
Ooh,
And
on the south side, open base for Buggy. He deleted the palisade so he can get those pikemen and villagers out. Now the knights are there.
yeah, knights showing up right in time for Bug to try and put a TC down. Bug's gonna lose a villager to wolves.
Yeah, if he just had a couple more knights, he could take that fight.
Yeah, there's a few too many pikemen though, with +1 defense. But
I would have liked to see the attack upgrades first, because if he knows he's going knights, then he doesn't need the defense upgrades as much necessarily, because they don't have to get to the knights. They're already going to get to the knights.
yeah, that's a good point. I don't know, I think it's just standard and ingrained to get defense upgrades for melee units first. These
Oh,
villages
it's
might
always
get
a
picked
safe
off.
idea. Yeah, he's just got his pikemen sitting out there. They got chased away. If I was him, I would have went in with the knights and just killed those villagers.
Yeah, same. It's worth it to
And
deny that TC.
and
Forward
we've got a
siege
forward siege
workshop
workshop
and
here,
archery
and an
range.
archery range.
What's he gonna make from the archery range? Maybe skirms to counter the pikemen. That's not a bad idea. Or just even crossbowmen would work. Both players keeping their resources quite low, which is good.
Yeah, Bunky's really heavy on the wood right now. And he's got pikemen coming out constantly, but he doesn't have anything in the archery range that are coming out.
Yeah, oh, that's not really surprising. He hasn't seen that there's anything, like, I guess he doesn't want skirms because he hasn't seen the archers. I'd personally
wouldn't
be
be
making some
surprised.
crossbows myself, but oh well. 7Hands
And we've
going
got a
up with
watchtower.
It's gonna do
He's not
nothing.
going to achieve much with that.
Well, he's
But
gonna
I wouldn't be surprised if I saw some scorpions come out of the siege workshop to counter
Scorpions?
those pikemen. Scorpions.
Maybe. Scorpions are a good counter against the pikes. But we've got crossbowmen. They'll counter the pikes just as well, and you can make mangonels to get through the wall.
I'd like to just see scorpions and mangonels with it. Because if he has that and he goes in, the scorpions and the knights will kill the pikemen pretty easy, and he can use the mangonels to take down the walls and the TCs.
I think double range crossbow and one siege workshop mangonels is better because it's cheaper to get crossbows out than scorpions.
And we have a castle drop on Buggy's woodline,
Yeah,
right on the hill outside of his base.
that's going to do a lot more than that watchtower did. The Light Empire saying 7Hands. Oh, wolves are better than 7Hands. Well, they do have more kills this game. Oh, right up until now.
And now the crossbowmen hitting so they can't blue wall behind it. 'Cause that castle's just going to break down the palisade and the houses so fast.
Yeah.
He's going to have to put stone walls behind that if he wants to keep him out.
Still nothing being made from the siege workshop though. But I guess that's because 7Hands doesn't have the gold. Oh,
I wouldn't queue up these crossbowmen as much. If he wanted to counter the pikes, the crossbowmen are better, but he could have just gone into skirms. Because he knows that Buggy probably won't go skirms unless he builds crossbowmen. So there's really no point.
wait, say that
He could
again.
be saving all that gold. Well, 7Hands is going crossbowmen. Crossbowmen do counter the pikes, but so do the skirms. But if he builds crossbowmen, Buggy can build cheap skirms, which he's doing now, to counter the crossbowmen. He could have just gone skirms in the first place and do almost the exact same against the pikes.
That's a good point. But I reckon this mangonel will be able to get through this wall and kill any skirms that Bug makes. Might see some villages lost on this right hand side. It
And I
looks
like
like,
there's a forward by Buggy with the pikemen.
yeah, he's trying to go forward.
He's got a siege workshop, but he's not building anything. He has the wood and gold to build a Rammer mangonel. I'd like to
Yeah.
see some counter mangonels come out at his home base though to take out the mangonels from 7Hands and the crossbows.
Yeah, I don't see this forward from Bug doing very much. It might even be found out here.
It probably will be.
Oh,
Oh, the knights are in there. They see now.
yep. They could even stop the no, they don't. These knights might die.
Oh, those knights will die.
Well, I said might because he might have ran them away. He didn't.
No, they still would have died if they ran away. So he gets a little more damage. But now that villager ran off, he's chasing me down with about 20 pikes.
Oh, so it did. I kind of just assumed it was dead.
Looking at Buggy's resources, he's got a lot of gold and wood. He's got a siege workshop coming up at home, so he could build a mangonel. Because now we're seeing throwing axemen come out from 7Hands. which will counter the pikemen. He needs to get some diversity in his army, or he's just going to lose this game, because
Yeah.
pikemen and mangonels won't be enough. He's trying to build skirms, but he doesn't have the houses.
7Hands is just countering everything that Bug has in his army, which is kind of funny because Bug is playing Byzantines, which are pretty much the civ you want to play if you're planning to counter what your opponent's making.
And if you see here outside 7Hands base, putting the castle on the hill, the pikemen are catching the villagers out.
That's nice from Bug.
Yeah, but I think they're going to get it up at this rate.
Maybe.
If he tells the villagers to focus, they might be able to get it up, because the pikemen do so little damage. They have 4 attack, and the villagers have 1 melee, so they do 3 damage a hit at 4 health. It's going to be close. He focuses down the villagers with the mangonel.
Oh, more villagers being tasked, so I think it's going to go up.
It's going to go up now.
Oh, and
he could use that mangonel to focus more.
7Hands is in Bug's base now, killing villagers. It's going to be able to pressure this TC. So, well,
it's looking pretty GG here.
Yeah, Bug's trying to push forward. I don't like that Bug tried this forward when he's...
Oh, there goes down to mangonel. Can you get 2?
That was nice. That was very nice.
2 for 1.
See if he can get all the crossbows too.
Nope.
Maybe with the next mangonel, if he's making one.
He's not. Look, he has so much wood and gold, though. He could be building a crossbowman of his own, but he's going into skirms. I mean, and queuing up another mangonel now, I mean, he just needs more production, because he has the resources, he's just not spending them. He could put down another archer range, which he's doing right now on the left side, and start getting more skirms and pikes out.
On the left side? Oh, yeah, I see.
Well, in his base, on the left side.
Yeah.
And if he plays his mangonel right, he can kill a lot of crossbows.
Yeah. But the mangonels do go down pretty quick to the throwing axemen, and throwing axemen can survive a shot, so...
And Buggy's lost his entire pikeman army on the right side of that castle.
Yeah, that was a bad play. He killed a lot of villagers though, that were trying to make the castle. At this rate, the siege workshop's gonna go down.
Yeah, he says, oh, pops out with the mangonel, misses a shot, shoots again.
Gets a nice shot. That's at least 3 crossbows dead, which is nowhere near enough at this point.
Yeah, I would have liked to see crossbowman, because he's got so many villagers on wood on the right side of his base. And he's got a lot on gold. I'd like to see crossbows.
Yeah.
Because the crossbows would be equal to the Frankish ones, and they would counter the throwing axemen.
Yeah, they would. And then once he hits Imp, if he can hit Imp, then he can upgrade to Arbs, whereas the Frankish person cannot. And yeah, he's just going straight trash, and throwing axemen are better than champs at killing trash, I think. Well, no, maybe not throwing axemen, but elite throwing axemen are. If that makes sense.
Yeah, they are pretty good at that.
They have less attack than a longswordsman, but they have that slight range, which makes them more effective.
Oh yeah, once the, like, say, palps come right up to their face, they have 3 rows back that can fire, depending on the upgrades.
Exactly.
And we've got 2 mangonels out, trying to take down the axemen. That army's gonna go down, eventually.
It's going down to the TC and the mangonels.
And we've got long swordsmen coming out from 7Hands, and another castle on buggies full of buildings. Lots of bears coming out. This would be the time that he transitions into those crossbowmen, because now he's definitely going to need them with all those long swordsmen coming out. And 7Hands clicked up to Imperial Age.
Oh, has he?
He has. He's about 33% of the way.
I love how you're so precise. 32%, not 33, 32.
I did say 33.
Oh, okay. I thought I
And
heard
again,
32.
look at the gold for Buggy. He's got 4,600 gold. He's got a few more barracks going down. He's got a bunch of archery ranges.
Does he still have a market? Oh, he doesn't have a market at all.
No, he
Oh, no, he
does have a
does. I
market.
see.
He's
But,
got the archery ranges, but he's not producing from them, which is a mistake because he has the resources. Like, I'd like to see crossbowmen because he knows that he has long swordsmen. He can see them attacking. He knows he has throwing axes
he can see them attacking.
in his forward buildings, like
Yeah.
at Castle Cross. He sees them there. They've got the defense upgrades. He's still building skirms. He's just in the mindset of Byzantine trash.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
I mean, at this point, if I was him, you could just buy his way to Imperial Age right now.
He could.
Like, buy
Very
himself
easily.
another TC, buy his way to Imperial Age, and just get those crossbowmen out. Because that 5,600 gold isn't going to do anything. And now 7Hands bringing villagers forward to kill the skirms.
Yeah.
I mean, he still has a chance to win this if he uses that gold and stops hoarding it.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, he's keeping his population up. He's about 10 pop behind. There's another castle going down, which could potentially be stopped if he focuses down the long swordsmen so they don't kill the mangonels.
Where
Which
is
he's
this
not
castle?
doing. Right outside his base on the right.
Oh, I
Buggy.
see. Alright. It's not been built yet, so yeah. I was on Bug's perspective, so I couldn't see it.
Yeah, he's trying to build it. Those villagers
Yeah.
just sitting there. Buggy has to win that fight if he wants to stop that castle. If that castle goes up, that's 2 more barracks that potentially go down.
7Hands asking what Bug's doing.
Right now he's losing. He really needs to just... He has the resources, just not spending them. I mean, he's got almost 7,000 gold. And he's got in the hundreds of everything else. And now there's a Treb out for 7Hands.
Yeah, Bug needs to go up. He's putting Eco up in the north.
Yeah. Which might get found by 7Hands.
Yeah, it's pretty close to 7Hands lumber.
Oh, he sees the farms. If
I
he looks up there,
I
he
don't
can
know if
actually see
he
it.
actually does. I don't know if that actually shows for him. It looks like Bug's calling GG. Yep, there we go. So
Man,
first
I would
game
just
goes
like
to
to
7Hands.
I would have just liked to see him use that gold because, like, look at his resources at the end. He's got 1,300 wood, 1,000 food, and 7,400 gold.
Yeah.
He hasn't clicked up to Imp. He's got the resources. I mean, just buy your army and just buy your way to Imp. He even gets a cheaper Imperial Age. If he had done that when he had 4,000 gold, he could have been up to Imp a lot sooner. He could have Arbalest, and he could have had fully upgraded Arbalest if he had kept up with it, and that would have slaughtered the Frankish crossbowmen, the long swords, and the axemen.
Yeah, it would have
And then
killed
all he'd have to
everything.
worry about is mangonels.
Oh, let's go and get into game 2. Quick look at all these stats. How fast are you guys at reading? There you go. You saw all the stats.